There it is. There was one more button I didn't push. It did. It says it's waiting for me. All right, guys. How's everybody doing? I'm just waiting to make sure it's working here and everything is good. I'm waiting for Robin. She's pulling it up right now. And we will make sure there's things to go. Oh, she says it's a go. We are actually live. We figured it out. Oh, all right. Hey, so hope everybody enjoyed Matt. He was over there carving on. It looks like a big art piece. I couldn't hear him very well, but it looks like it's gonna be an awesome piece. Very cool. And then after I'm done, Michael will be on, and we will have links and everything to his channel when we start to wrap this up. Hope everybody's staying home and safe, and everybody's doing well. Yeah, it's crazy time. Nobody expected all of this. It was just crazy what happened. But I hope everybody's home and safe. We uh, we just been kind of messing around the house here, working on projects and doing little things. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the chat, and I will try and answer as many as possible. What I'm going to do is just kind of do a little Q&A for about 15-20 minutes or so, and then I'll start working on a box. I have a piece of myrtle wood here, and I will try and make a lidded box out of that. Not try and do it. I'm going to make a lidded box out of it. All right. Um, Everybody's an admin in the chat except for who? Hey, Paul, I would not give you a wrench if they twisted my arm. You just came over here to harass me. Before I get started, though, too, I want a huge thank you to Arbortech. We will have links in the chat there too. So they have the full schedule on their website, so you can go check out everybody that's going to be on, what time they're coming on, and they also have a bunch of great deals. Not only Arbortech, but some other companies have teamed up with them too. So there's a link in the description of this video, but I'm sure somebody else will come over and put links into those other companies too, where you can go check out. They have some great deals going on right now, and they'll have codes for all of that. And Arbortech on their website has they cut the price. The turbo plane is like $99 right now, so that is a fantastic deal. I just want to thank everybody at Arbortech for putting this all together. I think it was a great idea. Just all the woodworking shows and everything got canceled, so it was kind of like everything shut down. And it was a great way to get out there and still do some stuff and interact with everybody. So I love it. Does anybody have any questions before I get started? Anything about turning, um, or anything else? Oh, what software? It's OBS Studio. It's just a free open source software. You can download it, put in as many cameras as you want. I don't know about that. It might not be as many. I only have two, but you can put in like pictures and slideshows and everything else on it, and it's just a free program. All you do is go over to YouTube, grab the stream key, and load it into that OBS Studio, and click live on both of them or stream on both of them, and here we are. And I'm going to be 52 years old in how many days? 3 days, 5 days, April 8th. So if I can do it, anybody can do it, except for Paul. Paul had some issues this morning. Show someone. I don't have anything right here. But I've done a bunch of stuff. I've used it to make the sinks. I've made a couple of sinks with the Arbortech. I did I did the stingray boxes. I do the small stingrays where I cut off the wings. I did carved a whale. I did Texas Longhorn with the Arbortech. So fantastic tool. I love that thing. Yeah, it makes quick work of it, and it's not dusty or anything. I love using it for the kind of oddball shaped sinks that I do too. So it's a lot of fun. The best glue, in my opinion, this right here. It's Type Bond 2. This is just a better container to squirt it out with. It's not really mustard. Every time I use that in a video, I get asked, how is the mustard gluing the wood together? Type Bond 2. It's really I don't know which one's the best. It's the only one I use to glue wood together. I use the CA glue for fixing holes and cracks and stuff like that in the turnings, but to glue wood together, I just use the Type Bond 2. Um, my favorite chisel to use for wood turning or um, just regular woodworking. I don't do a whole lot of hand tool stuff. I have some small chisels, but my two favorite ones for wood turning are the bowl gouge and the number one hollower. That's carbide. That's a bowl gouge steel. Yeah, those are my two go-tos right there. They work fantastic. Do just about anything with those two tools. Um, I'm trying to look around. I don't have anything I actually made with the Arbortech close. Yeah, wood turning chisels. Yeah, it's the bowl gouge and the number one hollower. Those two are fantastic. I dry. I dry. Do I dry wood or do I buy it? I buy a little bit of wood, but most of it I dry myself. We get it off a Craigslist or friends will give us wood, but normally it's wet, and so I set it aside to dry it. Like this piece right here that I'm about to turn is a piece of myrtle wood, and it's been down for about 12 years. And a friend of mine down in um, Coquille, down in Southern Oregon, gave me this, and so it's completely dry. I can't remember what else I made with it, but I had a little piece left over, and that's what we're going to make the box out of. This is myrtle wood from Oregon. What's the warranty on the Robust? It is 7 years from head to tail, and I'm not using any chuck right at the moment, but when I do, it's the Easy Wood chuck. Obviously, those questions are from Jamie and OJ. Hey, OJ, how you doing, man? It's been a long time since we done a live. Oh, hope everything's well down there, and you guys are all good. Got all the kids home from school, so I know that's a little bit of a change for everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. We work from home all the time, but when they tell you not to go outside or leave the house, it's puts a bit of and then all we want to do is leave when we never really leave. We never go anywhere unless we're on the road with the mobile shop. But yeah, it's yeah, when they tell you you can't go anywhere, it's a little different. Um, Jackman, this is for you. Look at that. Look at the luster. Jack Jackman, Paul, you're like 21 and you're already going bald. What happened there? I got like 30 years on you. Oh, I haven't used how do I dry the wood? So I normally air dry almost all of it. I just wax the ends. I don't. I just use wax or latex paint and just put them out behind the house and let them dry for years. It depends on what I'm going to do with them. If I'm making a bowl or a sink or something like that, I will rough turn them and then come back in a few months and finish them off. But for for most of the stuff I do just air dry everything. I have used rice. I have a giant bucket of rice over there, and if things get too bad, I'm gonna sift through and pull the shavings out so we can have dinner one night because there's a 5 gallon of bucket of rice sitting right over there. I haven't used the cat litter yet. I know they make the silica beads for that work well. I've heard from a bunch of people. I've used the microwave. I've tried that. That works good. I did make a kiln out of an old freezer we had, and that works well. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. But if I turn something like a lidded box, the wood has to be dry. So I just let all that wood air dry. Um, yeah. Can you use epoxy in a food grade situation? Um, so I can I can answer that, but I'm not an expert, so I can't be held liable. Can you put that in the chat that we cannot be held liable when I answer this? Let's wait for a minute. Yes, you can use epoxy. Everything is food safe after it cures. I would not make it a bowl and epoxy and then put it in the dishwasher. But after it cures, have a bowl of cereal out of it. It's not going to hurt you. But keep in mind, cure time is not dry time. So cure time for something like epoxy is like 30 days. Like automotive paint, it's 30 days so don't make it and then the next week, use it. But don't put it in the microwave. Don't put it in the um, dishwasher, and it's fine. But hey, Jamie, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hello, Jamie. Oh, I, I have not. Have I tried a dehydrator yet? No, I haven't. I did hear about somebody using one of those for like pin blanks or something, but I haven't tried it. Um, no. Yeah, I'd like to know how that worked. Um, yeah, it's a good idea. What else have we got going on? Yeah, just keep in mind too that you can go over to the Arbortech website anytime and look up the schedule because they're doing this again tomorrow. So a bunch more people are going to be on tomorrow. They're just one right after another all day. We're going to do another session tomorrow, so we'll do a little more Q&A and then finish up the box. But we're going to just I don't know, maybe get the lid done today and then we'll do the base tomorrow or something. Um, why I know why do I keep wringing my hands? Because I don't know what to do with my hands. I just what do I do with them? I don't know. All right, and so if you don't know out there too, I'm the way we have this all set up, and Robin is on the phone with me. So it's not magic. It's technology. That's how I'm reading all or getting all the questions. She's just on the phone with me, answering them. She's like right in the house there. Say hi, Robin. She said hi, folks. Yes, and there's a big delay. That's kind of it's a bad thing and it's a good thing because I answer questions as they're coming in and she's reading them to me, and there's a big delay on when they actually pop up on YouTube. But it's also a good thing because we were doing live a year or so ago, and a bowl fell off, came off the lathe and hit me in the face shield. So Jamie hit record when I said something to Robin, and he actually got it filmed, so we put that up on YouTube to let people know you should probably wear a face shield unless you want to get smacked in the face with something. Um, yeah, yeah. Tried turning dry ice. I have not tried to turn dry ice, Sean. Um, that would be kind of fun. Get it to smoke, right? Then you just have your cereal and no mess, no cleanup. Um, I don't know. We've turned to quite a few things. Turned wax, bowling balls, tons of resin stuff. Yeah, paint. Oh, thanks, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Just seriously, guys, there's a bunch of different people doing different things. So go check out the Arbortech website too, so you guys can get in and Todd. Yeah. Oh, yes, thank you, Todd. I'm sorry, Rob. And so it's been a while since we've actually done one of these because we used to do Twitch and YouTube every week live. So I have to get used to it again because I'm talking, trying to answer a question, and Robin's talking to me too. So if it if I have a puzzled look on my face, it's because I'm trying to compute what she's saying, why I'm talking. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a free program, and you can, like I said, I put in the pictures and our logo there, but you can have a slideshow going if you want of different projects you've done, or yeah, it's super slick and free, so it's you can't beat that. They do have some other programs out there, but they you need to buy them, and they are actually really cool. They have a lot more features on them. So we do remote club demos too. We have two of them. One of them at the end of April and then one in March. So that is run through a program. They're similar to this, but they're programs where people can actually log in at home. It's one of them is Zoom, and it's a vMix, but it's you have to buy that. But it's a lot more technical, but it's kind of the same thing. It's just easier to navigate. See, on that one, I could just click a button and change which camera it was going to. On this one, I have to go over to the computer and change the scene and everything. So it's a neat program too. What is the best turning tool to buy for a beginner? I would there isn't like just one you probably need a set of them of to actually do a project. As far as going with I'm trying to think. I would buy the best tools you can afford because they are all different. It's even like gouges. All the steel is not the same. They have cheap steel that doesn't even get sharp when you sharpen it, and it doesn't stay sharp. So I would buy, if you're going to go with gouges, I would buy the best quality steel you can get. If you're going to go with carbide, I would buy the best carbide you can get because carbide isn't not the same either. This these EasyWood tools, this carbide is fantastic. And you can go online and you go, hey, there's a set of, five carbide cutters for $6. They're not sharp. They're not sharp, and you can't get them sharp. So don't think that all carbide's the same or all steel's the same. So I would just get a basic set. For me, I use both of them. I go back and forth. I go back and forth in just about every video. I grab the bowl gouge or I grab the number one hauler and do little things with them. So as far as for a beginner, I would go with carbide because the learning curve on it is so small that you can bring somebody up the lathe who's never turned before and they can actually walk away with a project. They don't need to learn going with the gouges. You need to learn how to hold them. It's a whole learning curve. And then you actually need to buy a grinder and a sharpener because you need to learn how to sharpen them. And that's a whole another learning curve. With carbide, you lay it down level or horizontal and you can start turning. It's just as easy as that. I've had people who have never turned before come up and start, doing spindle work with them. It's just, it really cuts down learning curve. And then if you really like it and want to get into it, then you can move to, gouges or stay with the carbide or whatever you want to do. They both do exactly the same thing. They shape wood. That's all they do. It's just there's more of a learning curve with the gouges than there is with the carbide. So How long did it take me to polish the sphere? The last one we did, Todd? Okay, I think you meant the last one. Not too long actually. I just used the that little buffing wheel. I sanded up pretty high, and then I just used some paste with the grit in it, and then I put it on. Have a little buffing pad. I have buffing wheels, but I've never been really good with them far as getting a shine on them, and I'm not sure. I've never. I mean, they got different grits on that. I've always just polished them up with like Yorkshire grit or the doctor's grit stuff, and it does a really good job. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen too many of anybody else's, so I don't know whether it's not as shiny as theirs or not. But I think it looks good. So you can't see any scratches on it, so I'm happy with it. Can I recommend a good wire burner? There's only one wire burner, and that's ours. Yes, Woodcraft has them in stock. I'm not sure, is Woodcraft open, the stores? They might be closed down too, but you can buy it online. Um, uh, and we have them on our Etsy store. So, and we have them in stock. We do. Um, all right. Be, before, before I awkwardly rub my hands raw, do we any more questions before we get to it? Let's wait. Jake Thompson has a good video on polishing. He has a buffing wheels, and he uses them. Yeah. Todd, go check out Jake's video. Yes, yes, I love that. Love that one. It's the number one hauler. Yes, I love that tool. It was funny. We went down to see Zach Higgins last year, and he he told me he goes I always see you using that tool in the videos, and I'm thinking, why is he using that teeny little tool? That's why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense. And anyway, and he had got one a couple months before, and when we went down there, he pulls me aside and he goes, okay, I get it. He goes, it takes off just as much material or faster than a bigger cutter, and it's easier to control, and that's why I love it so much. It's just, and it's just a teeny little head on it, and it's so nice. And then with after you get it hogged out, you can just do a light little touch on it, and it works fantastic. So, um, so no, all. Oh, sorry. See, I keep forgetting to repeat the question too. I Oh, are all hollowing tools carbide? No, but they're not. So there's like a little ring one that they make, but it's I don't know how much like deep hollowing you can do with it. So hollowing tools are either they're a piece of steel that's just ground like a scraper, and you put them on, a hollowing tool. So, like Lyle Jameson has one. It's just a piece of steel stuck in there, and it just you just grind it like a round nose. This one's a little big, but I mean, a lot bigger than. But it's just a piece of steel that's ground like that, and that's all the cutter is. The carbide ones, they're they're all round like that, but you can't like stick a bowl gouge into a vase. It's not going to work. It's going to catch. So they they do have um, a couple different styles of it, but they're all basically the same. They're ground like a scraper, and it is so that it doesn't catch. Because when you're out over the tool rest, let's just say a tool rest is here, and you have your tool sticking out here, 12 inches, you can't use a spindle gouge or something, like that on the inside there. It's just too much pressure and it'll just drop the tool. So there's scrapers, little cutters out there on the ends of them. So, and they have a bunch of different kinds of them. There's everything. A bunch of them use carbide. A bunch of them just use flat pieces of steel shaped like the scraper. Yeah. Yep. That's about it. What? The guy's been home for weeks. He should have got a lot of questions built up. Okay. All right. So bear with me for a second. I have to move this camera and I will bring it down here so you guys can see a little bit closer, and we'll put a tenon on this thing and start shaping the lid. All right. Hang on. If you get seasick, look away real quick. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? All right, let me go back here real quick. That good? Look at that. I even went in and did my nails before the show. If the hair salons don't open up quick, this is gonna be bad because I need a haircut. What? Braxton? He didn't know about the MakerFest. Oh, I need to talk to him. Braxton's awesome. What's he making over there? Oh, cool, Travis. Nice, nice. Yeah, the pin chuck works fantastic. It should do a perfect job. Travis called me a couple days ago because he's working on some fly rods, and years ago I have a video up. Man, it's probably 10 years ago, where I made a pin chuck to make these duck calls, and I was showing him how to make one and how they work. No, it's not like that at all. Sean, I, I see a lot of potential. It's not like looking in the cabinet now. It's just top ramen and rice. What? This isn't a competition, Jim. Braxton's trying to outdo me. If I had a time machine, what would I do differently? I don't know. What am I most proud of? I don't know. Just I guess sticking with it, and I mean, it's we do this for a living now, and I'm still love to turn, and I think that shows like in the videos that I'm still having a blast doing this. So, what would I do differently? I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I can't think of anything. See, you put me on the spot, and now I'm flustered. Oh, hi from Australia, or hi to Australia. Yeah, it's a strange thing. It's yeah, being being stuck at home. It's not good for anybody, but it needs to be done. So stay at home, and we'll get through this. Don't be messing around, or this thing will drag on forever. So we'll get it knocked down and get back to work. Oh. All right, I'm going to put a tenon down here. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them, and then I'll stop and we can talk about that. And thank you, OJ, so much. I appreciate it, sir. You guys are awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get a tenon down there, and then we'll take about a third of it and make that part the lid. And I'm just going to make a cylinder shape on this one, but I need to get a tenon on it so I can get it in the chuck. And then you guys still hear me pretty good. I got the face shield down, but the microphone's in here, so it should be all right. One more time. I didn't hear that. Hang on one sec. Let me get the tenon down here, and I will show you the... It's all done through OBS. And I will show you here in 2 seconds how it works. So everything is run through OBS, and it's the cameras. They're just webcams. One of them's a Logitech, one of them's a Microsoft webcam. The pictures and everything are you just grab them right off your computer and stick them in there. You can move it around. The audio thing is that right there. That is the one I use. It just has a little, things go around your ears and pops right in there. Is it pretty good? Everything still sounds great. Oh, it sounds like Darth Vader. Luke, Paul, I'm your father. Did sound like Yoda? Did Jackman leave? I didn't mean to make him mad about the hair thing. Great. Now I've made Jackman mad. I'm going to be ostracized from the community. All right. Oh, very cool. That would be awesome. Yeah. Steve said they were going to put together a playlist for of everybody, all the live streams. So they'll put a playlist together on their channel, and and everybody can watch it. And yeah, we'll leave it up. And Patrick, where have you been, brother? Everybody's been posting it on Instagram and everywhere. I thought I did a couple posts. Obviously, Braxton didn't hear about it because he's trying to shut us down here. I'm gonna have to have words with him. Oh yes, Michael is next, and he's doing a Q&A, but I'm not sure exactly. I think he's doing something else. Hang on one sec. I need to knock this little nub off here. Thanks for hanging around, Paul. I didn't mean the hair thing. I let the pressure get the best of me. All right. Now I'll show you what all that pounding was about. Oh, that hurts, Paul. I thought we were tight. Hey, Dale. So I had a little nub on the bottom of it. So when you're making a tenon, you don't want anything to hit the bottom of these jaws. You want it when it goes in there. I'm not sure how well you can see with this top camera, but it's off the bottom. You don't want that to hit the bottom and have, let's just say, it's sticking up like that. It doesn't give you any pressure or support. So push it all the way down and tighten it up. All right. We're even. I I bet you I bet it stung a little when Pat sent you that picture from Vegas of him and I together. Oh, and I'm sorry about that, but he made me do it. All right, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and come in with the parting tool here. I'll make a tenon down on it, and or actually we're going to do a recess on this one, but it does dip down a little bit there. I know Jamie tried to steal that when he was here. He's good at photoshopping. Hey Tony, how are you doing, brother? I need to stop for a sec. Hey man, how's it going? Hope you guys are all good over there. It has been a long time, man. Kelsey still has her pen and loves it. Oh, everything going good over there. You guys are all safe, I hope. So when you're making a lidded box, you do about 1/3 for the lid. So this will have a tenon on it, this will have a recess on it, and we'll do it that way. So I'm gonna, if you want the grain to line back up, you can do them, put a tenon on each end. But I figured for this we just do it this way. So when this is turned around, this will come down over the thing. You flip this around and put it down over there. All right. Let me just, it has a little bit of a dip there, so let me clean that up real quick. Just so that we don't make the recess too small. And so when I'm, oh man, all right, there we go. All right, so because I'm just going to do cylinder shape, I'm going to come out here and hollow the inside of this thing out now. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Tony. Glad to hear it. All right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you on a little ride again. All right. What RPMs am I turning out? I don't know, about 1,500 or so. I didn't want to get too crazy, but I normally turn, I don't know, about 2,000. It depends on what it is. If it's, the bigger it is, the slower I go. But if it's something small like this, I normally turn it pretty fast. But I guess I was trying to keep it down low so it was a little quieter. But I don't know how bad that is, or how much you can hear it. If it's favorite thing to turn, yeah, I think for me it would be lidded boxes. It's when I first started, that's what I got into, and I made hundreds of them. I don't know, they're actually really good for just beginners too, because you can make just about any shape you want. It teaches you about spindle turning, hollowing. There's a lot of stuff in it too, and you can do some embellishments on them, and so it teaches you a lot about wood movement and things like that too. So yeah. Question about the chuck. Yes, they are. There's just a little pin in it. I'll show you when we get done here, but there's a hole right there, and it just, to release them, you just take that little thing, pop it in there, and they're not numbered or anything. You can just put any of the jaws go in any hole, and they all work the same. It doesn't matter what jaws you have. They all go in the same way. They all have that little hole in it to release them the same way. So it's really nice. I used to have 3 chucks, and I just have 1 chuck now, and the reason I had 3 was because you had to change them. You had to change the jaws for different projects, and it's like 15 minutes to change the jaws, and then you were always losing the little screws and everything. What do I think about threaded boxes? I think they're awesome. I've done a couple little threading projects, but I haven't done many of them. But yeah, Sam Angelo does an amazing job. He has a bunch of videos up on hand thread chasing too, and he's really good at it. I have a jig that works really well, but it's I don't have a lot of really hard wood. So it needs to be a dense wood too. You can't just, take a soft piece of wood and put threads on it. So I just never really got into it that much. Am I going to try and break my record? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I hold the world record for changing the jaws on Easy Wood Chuck. I did it in under 10 seconds. So the answer to that, Jamie, is when somebody comes along who can beat my record, I will then try again. But I'm just going to sit back and relax. I'm not gonna sweat it, because honestly, I don't see anybody out there and coming up. Any of these young kids coming up that can beat 9 seconds. So what we'll do tomorrow is, I'm just using this tool to hollow it out. I will, tomorrow I'll show you an easier way to do this with the base. Most of the time I use a Forstner bit, and we'll put a Forstner bit in there and clean out like 99% of the material. So you don't actually have to do this. You just take a few passes at the very end, and it does a fantastic job with it. But we'll do that on the base. So did anybody see anything they really liked today out of all the videos that have come out? Threaded chasing set. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sam does it by hand, and he actually has some great videos that just show you how to do it. So it's really pretty cool. So because we are out so far from the chuck too, there's a little bit of vibration there. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm just taking small little cuts on it, not trying to put much pressure on it. So the further you get away from the headstock down there, the more vibration you have. Hey Dave, how's it going? It's been a long time. Yeah, we used to do, I think, 2 or 3 a week. I did Twitch, and then once we started the mobile shop going, it's just so hard to keep up with everything, and something had to give. Hey Don. Oh, John. See, I can't even hear either. Hi John, thank you for stopping by. We'll just do that for the tenon that's going to be on the box. If you give yourself a little bit, don't make it too short. Don't make that recess, small, because then there's not much for the tenon to go into. So you give it a 1/2 inch or so. It gives it a lot of room to slide down over the tenon. You can get that lid to fit better. And just try and keep the tool parallel when you're doing that. If you're coming at an angle either way, then it won't seat right. So just try and keep it straight. So yeah, Michael's coming up next, and I'm not sure who's after that, but Paul's doing another one tonight, I think, at 8 o'clock. He's doing like 4 of them. So when you're turning too, when you're just getting the material out, you can just hog it out as fast as you can, as fast as it'll come out. But when you get down and you're doing the final few passes, just go nice and slow, and it just gives you a much cleaner cut. And it doesn't matter whether it's the carbide or the steel. Just go nice and slow, and it will give you a much better finish than going fast. Let me check the depth on that real quick. I think I have yeah, we just been working around the house on the lockdown, and we were working on the floor, and my back went out on Sunday, and so I've been walking around here like Frankenstein for the last week, and trying to get something done, but it's getting better. So I have like lower back issues, and it goes out a couple times a year, and I walk around crooked for a couple of days. Yeah, Tim Sway. Yeah, he was just on. We popped over there. See that? Yes, it was. I love that truck he's working on. That's cool. He's got the stage that drops down. That's awesome. All right. So I believe that everything is running good. All right. We're all good on the depth. enough. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm going to go ahead and just bring this down just a little bit more. How are we doing on time? Sorry about that. See, I just coughed on you. Sorry about that, guys. Oh. It's just the dust, I swear. All right. So we got 11 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and sand it up and show you how to do that real quick, and then we can wrap it up with a couple more questions, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow. We will do the bottom of it, and I'll just kind of work on it while I'm talking. And what would I recommend I would probably, I mean, unless you can find a cheap grinder, but you have to have a grinder and a sharpening jig. So I don't know, maybe by hand. It's just kind of, the problem is it needs to be the same every time. And like when I started turning, they didn't have carbide. They just had gouges, and I had just a cheap set of gouges that I got with the lathe. This is going to show my age right here. When I bought the lathe out of the newspaper, yeah, it was actually like an ad in the newspaper when I my first lathe. But it came with some chisels, and I didn't have a slow speed grinder or a sharpening jig or anything, and I was trying to do it by hand, and it was just kind of hit and miss, and sometimes they worked, sometimes they wouldn't. And then when I got a sharpening jig, all of a sudden it was like there's like ribbons flying off of the thing, and I'm all, what's going on? What this is amazing. Once you figure that out, that there are some people out there that do it by hand, but it's a whole nother learning curve to do that. So I would just invest in a good slow speed grinder and a sharpening jig. They're going to make it much more enjoyable, but you can do it by hand. Cindy Drozda, she does it by hand, and I don't know if she has any videos up on doing it or not, but on how she does it, I think so. But yeah, she does it by hand, and there are some people that do it. It's just a whole another learning curve. Absolutely, we will come back to the sticker wall. We have a sticker wall on the back of the camper too, and there's one on a bunch of them on the bandsaw over there. But yeah, then we covered the back of the camper with stickers. So if you're doing a lidded box this way, go ahead and sand through all the grits. Go ahead and sand up to your finish grit, put your finish on it, and it's all done at that point. And then you can part it off. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And then you turn it around, and we're going to make the tenon tomorrow on this and use that tenon to do a jam chuck on it and then finish off the top of it. And I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, you just run through it and so I sand with, I don't know if you can get it in England. Hang on a sec. Hang on my back. Okay, I'm back. There's a sticker wall. So hang on one sec. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get like this close. But all right, I think that's good. Yes. Now it's going to rock back and forth. It feels like you're on a ship. Okay, freeze. All right. So when I started out, I was mixing paste wax and mineral oil together. You might be able to find those easier over there in England, and then I found this stuff right here. So this stuff is great. It works good. It's already mixed together. It's like wax and it's like a wood polish conditioner. It's beeswax and orange oil, and it's mixed together. Um, and it works fantastic. There's really nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't clog up your sandpaper. But if you keep going a little bit too far, it kind of coats it a little bit, and especially if you're not using like a mesh sandpaper, it will clog it up if you don't keep dipping it in there. So about 6 months ago or something, I was talking to Mike at Doctors. He was at a show, and so he makes an oil, and he goes, have you ever tried the walnut oil? And I said, I did years ago, but it just gummed up the sandpaper too quick, so I can't sand with it. He goes, well, which one did you use? And I told him, and he goes, well, that's not the right one. So I got a bottle of this. It's just walnut oil finish, or walnut finishing oil. All it is walnut oil. So you just dip the sandpaper in it, and it works fantastic. It works better than all the other stuff I was using before. So I just basically dip the sandpaper in it, and the reason I do it is I started doing it 20 years ago was because it eliminates all that sanding dust. So like when I was just sanding the inside of that and it was just all dust flying everywhere, if you use the oil, it eliminates all of that. It's just a win-win. I don't really like a high gloss. I like that matte finish. I like to be able to see the wood. So it's putting the finish on at the same time I'm sanding it. So that's why I do it. It's just there's no dust, and it's when I'm done, the whole piece is done. But if you like a high gloss, don't use that. Just sand it and then put on a polyurethane or whatever you like. All right. Yes. Yeah, the Howard's actually smells really good. It does, and it works great. It's just I would make sure you use mesh sandpaper, and don't just like put it on the sandpaper and then try and sand the whole like this whole box. When I was doing it, even when I was sanding the inside of that lid, if I was using the Howard stuff, I would dip that sandpaper in probably 2 or 3 times. As I would sand a little bit, dip it in, sand a little bit, dip it in. That way it keeps it moist and it doesn't dry it out. Can you see the sticker wall? Scott, we are using OBS Studio. It's a free program. It's open source. It works great. It's free. It's a win-win. For the remote demos that we're doing, we're using Zoom and vMix, but it's a little different because we have to actually Zoom it to or to stream it to a club, and it's got to be private and everything. So it's a little bit different, and it has some more features that we need. But yeah, it's I think it's just OBS Studios. If you look it up, it's a free program. Billy, are you on the bandsaw or the camper? Maybe you're on the back of the camper. I don't know. We have the mobile shop. Maybe it's on there. All right. Did Billy? Maybe I didn't get the check. Did you send a check with the sticker? I mean, that may be it. It could be as easy as that. Just no check. No check. Oh, you, you see, oh, now I can't even find it. I was there. Oh, I was going to say, you see, there's Jackman's up there, and it was a really big check, but he's like way off to the side. Oh, there he is, right there next to the pencils. It's probably on the camper. We hauled a mobile shop around with the camper, and so we covered the back of them. So it's probably on there. Thank you, Steve. This is awesome. Looking forward to tomorrow, and everybody else is doing them too, guys. Are we wrapping it up here? Are we getting really close? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to click on the link to go to Michael's channel and go check out what he's doing. I want to get off here and go see what he's going to do. And go to the Arbortech website, has a full list and schedule of everybody that's doing this, and it has a bunch of discounts and a bunch of stuff over there. So go check it out. They'll be in the chat. If they're not in the chat, they will actually be in the description of the video when we're all done. So go check it out. Steve, thank you again, guys. Amazing. Thank you. Love this. It was so cool for putting this together. Hi, Gwen. See you. All right, we done? We got 1 minute. Okay, fire them off. And go. Any last questions? Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for coming over and checking it out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, think of them tonight or whatever, and we'll finish this thing up. I'll work on a little more tomorrow, and we'll get it done. I'll show you how we do top of the box. But thank you for hanging out. Jackman will be on later tonight. I think he's going to wrap it up. Thank you, Jamie, so much for wielding the spanner wrench of wisdom and helping out. All right, guys. Have a great night. Again, stay home, please. We need to get through this. All right. Love you guys. Guys, have a great time, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.